The mice that rescued the elephants. A long time ago, there was a town where all its inhabitants had abandoned. The mice that lived in their homes now have the whole town to themselves. Without fear of getting rid of, the mice population grew to tens of thousands. Furthermore, the weeds and creepers encroached the town so that it looked more like a jungle than a town. Many generations of mice made it their home. One day, a herd of elephants led by their leader, Elephant King, made their way to a lake near the mice town. They passed through the mice town, not knowing that there were mice underneath, trampled upon the mice, killing hundreds of them. Fortunately, there were many survivors left, so they called on the leaders of mice, to prevent this kind tragedy from happening again. The leaders of the mice went to the Elephant King, who was bathing and drinking water with his herd. He told him about the tragedy and requested the Elephant King to return from the lake by a different route and not through the mice territory. The leader of the elephant was very sad to hear this, and assured the mice that they would not pass through the mice territory. The mice were very grateful to the elephants for their thoughtfulness, and told them that they would repay the kindness. The Elephant King wondered how tiny creatures like mice would be able to do a favor to big, strong creatures like elephants. But true to his words, the elephant herd steered clear of the mice territory and no lives were lost. One day the king of a country near the forest where the elephants live, ordered his soldiers to capture big and strong elephants to train and use them as war elephants. They made water traps, and when the elephants were in the water, they pulled the elephants out of the water and fettered them with thick, strong ropes. Unfortunately, the king of the elephants, together with the strongest male elephants of his herd, were captured in this way. They tried to free themselves using their immense strength, but the more they struggled the tighter the ropes became. Unfortunately, the king of the elephants, together with the strongest male elephants of his herd, were captured in this way. They tried to free themselves using their immense strength, but the more they struggled the tighter the ropes became. Feeling at a loss to what to do, he called one of the free elephants to tell the mice of their situation. As soon as the leader of the mice heard about the danger compassionate the elephants were facing, he went to the place where the elephants were held captive, taking with him the strongest of the mice. There, they gnawed through the ropes with their tiny sharp teeth. It was not an easy task for the mice, but they must keep their word. Defying death, worked hard. The ropes became thinner and thinner, and eventually became so thin that the elephants were able to break free. The elephants thanked the mice, and the Elephant King said, "Without your rescue efforts, we will all be held captive as war elephants, and we will have to fight in battles and be wounded by spears and arrows. Now, because of you, tiny but brave animals, we would now be able to live freely in the jungle." From then onwards, elephants, mice and all other animals lived in harmony in the jungle, helping each other when necessary.
Questions. 1. How does the story challenge the idea that only the strong can make a difference? 2. What might have happened if the elephants had ignored the mice's plea for help? 3. Do you believe that everyone has a responsibility for the benefit of society regardless of his or her abilities or qualification? Answer with an example. For how many leaders are there in the story? Do you think they have true leadership qualities? Give reason.